Alright, I'm going to play with a cat deck. So, this deck's supposed to be all about cats. It's still a starter deck, so we'll see how it goes. I've noticed now that this beta's almost over. People have started creating their own decks, and creature kill decks pretty much rule the entire game because all the starter decks are based off of winning with creatures, so it's pretty rough. Alright, I have 3 land. I have a 1 cast, which is nice. An Embalm that that brings it back. Yeah, I like this. I'm going to keep this. I'll start out getting a cat, and then I'll start out... next turn I'll get another cat, and then I can get an aura or something, but yeah. So yeah, let's get this sacred cat out first, and then let's end the turn. It meows when you bring it out. I think that's funny. Who knew you could use an entire battlefield of cats to win the game? We'll see. I may not win. It's an island. Can't be blocked. Alright, so I'll let him attack, and then I'll take 1 damage, and then I'll attack back and gain 1 life. So, should be fine for me right now. I'm going to get out this. Allows me to get a blocker, some more damage. I'm not going to attack right now because I can gain back the life. So, I mean, I could. There's other cards in his deck that... and I could always embalm this, right? So I might as well. Because I doubt he's going to block it. And if he does block it, I can always bring it back. So I have no downside to doing this. I would have lost 1 attack if I didn't do that. Which would have been 1 damage more, or 1 damage less on him and 1 life less on me. So I really think it was the best call. Now I've got a blocker with this guy, but that's still unblockable, so there's nothing I can do with that. When it enters the battlefield, you can put +1 on something. That's not too bad. I can always lock it down, which I may end up doing. We'll see. Maybe if it gets bigger than a 2/2, I'll lock it down. Let's attack with this cat for now. The reason I'm not attacking with this cat is I don't want him to kill it with just that. I'd like it to at least last a little bit longer, and I'll have more mana next turn. So I'm probably going to lock down this next turn. Or I could bring out... well, I can't bring out the Regal Caracal yet. This is going to be a pretty strong card, though. So this gives all of my cats +1/+1 in lifelink, which means that they're all going to be able to heal me, and these will turn into 2/4s, as well as it summons 2 white cat creature tokens with lifelink, which those will also get +1/+1, so they'll actually be 2/2 cat tokens. Yeah, so this should be a pretty solid couple turns. I'm hoping that he buffs this up a couple more times before I use Desert's Hold, just because I want him to commit a lot into this card. Because right now he thinks this is the perfect card because it can't be blocked, but little does he know I have cards to deal with that. Alright, so I am going to Desert's Hold. This creature right there. I'm going to get this forest out, and I'll get a cat out later. I'm just going to attack with these 2 cats. Again, I don't want to lose my lifelinker yet. I'd rather keep it out, because the more cats you can keep out, the better, for when you get the Regal Caracal out. Because this is just a starter deck, you only have 1 of these, but could you imagine if you had like 4 of these in your deck? Because you can only have 4 cards in your deck of each type, but could you imagine? That would be really strong. Now, they're 5 casts, but at the same time, this deck is a pretty strong early game deck. So right as you get those out, you could be buffing them up. I think it'd be pretty cool. I just need 1 land, and I'm in a really good spot. If not, I'm just going to hold off for a turn and see if I could flash that out on the enemy's turn, maybe. I don't know. Not really sure what I want to do yet. I just saw Black Panther again. It's a pretty good movie. I know a lot of people are like, oh, these Marvel movies are all starting to feel the same. And yeah, it is kind of true. But I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. There's a few other movies out right now. I don't know which one I want to see. Ready Player One. Like, I was up for it until I saw, like, all the CGI that they used. And it's just kind of weird. So I don't know. Like, I thought they were going to do it where the actors were still there. Like, how do I explain this? Like, oh, that's not land. But you know where it's like, it's not CGI, but the actors are just dressed up and they just act like they're in the game. I thought it was going to be like that. Alright, as this enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the type get +1/+1. As long as you have the city's blessing, they also have vigilance. Alright, so let's activate this. Let's go cat, because that is the creature type we have. And do they have vigilance or no? Not yet. I need 10 things. So, alright, so that can't block. I'm still going to attack with these cats. I don't want to lose my healer yet, so we're just going with those cats for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more before I can get the destiny. I should have left one of these as a blocker, right? Like, I want one to die so that I can start drawing some cards. I don't know. Because, like, for him, if I was him, I would just take the 4 damage, right? There's no... He didn't get any kills there. There was no benefit of him doing that. I would have just taken the 4 damage. What has he gained closer to winning the game? I have this friend, right? He ended up getting, like, he's in the nation's, like, top chess players, and he always has this tip that he likes to explain where he says every move you have to do has to get you closer to beating the enemy. And that seems so simple. That seems like, oh yeah, well duh, of course. But if you actually think about it, he doesn't really care so much about defensive plays. He wants to put the other person on defensive whenever he makes a play, which will make it inevitably to where he is safer. It's kind of the same idea of the best defense is a great offense, right? And it's just a really unique approach, because when you have a deck that's mid-range like this, you want to always put the enemy in a position that's closer to them losing, so they have to play defensive. What they did right there was he lost one of his creatures, even though all he gained out of it was 2 life. Like, that wasn't worth it. He should have put it in a position where it causes me to play more defensively, because he would have had more creatures on the board. Now he only has 2 creatures on the board. I don't need to worry about it. Yeah, that one just puts counters on things. Like, really, that's not really anything I need to worry about. I'm going to flash this out later, I think. I'm afraid to attack with these just because they could die if he double blocks. So I'm just going to end turn. And I don't need to draw any cards right now, because I'm going to flash this out at the end of the turn. Then I'm going to play the Caracal, and I'm going to attack with everything. I'm going to gain a boatload of life. I'm going to kill a lot of his creatures. It's going to be a strong turn. He can't attack because I can double block into that and deal enough damage to kill it. So he can't do anything to attack. Enters battlefield, put +1/+1s on 2 Murlocs. Sure, I'll let that resolve. So right there, sure, of course. Not a problem. So Alright, what just happened? Sure, I'll resolve that. I don't know, that was weird. Merfolk Shaman. Merfolk Shaman. Shaman? I don't know. Giant creature gets +2/+2 and it's flying. So he's going to give that. It's going to be a 3/3 flyer. Then he's going to have that. Oh no, it's going to be a 4/4 flyer and then a 4/4. Yeah, honestly, I still want him to do it. And I want him to attack too. Because if he attacks, he's going to have fewer blockers. And all of my creatures are going to have lifelink next turn. Yeah, that's what I want. And I don't need to block that. Sure, damage. Why not? Now, before my turn, I'm going to cast this. I'm going to have a cat out here. And let's get my Regal Caracal out. Alright. So now everything has Vigilance, too. So I can attack with these two first. Guaranteed. Because they can be attackers and blockers. I can attack with him. Now, the only problem with this is he can double block and kill my creature, but that's fine. I don't need to worry about that. I don't want to attack with the Regal Caracal, and I can't anyway, so that's fine. And I can attack with the Sacred Cat if I want to, because I can always embalm and bring him back. So I do think I'm going to go all out with this. And that's 6 damage into 6 damage into 5, so that's 11 and then 14. So he has to block. His best bet is to block right here into that, so he at least trades minions. But he's also going to lose minions that he can do anything with, and then maybe just chump block something. Probably the 5, right? And I'm at 12 life right now. This is going to be incredible. Either way, no matter how he blocks this. But do you see what I did? Is I didn't care that he was attacking in the air. You know, like it was 3 life for me. So it's not a big deal. So I focused more on the end game, right? I wanted to make sure that we could do this later. Alright, so... Is that embalm now? Yeah, okay, that's embalm now. That makes sense. Boom, look at that. Oh, that's creepy. The cat now had... It had no face. Alright, so that is cats, and I just stomped him with some cats. So, I like the cats. Definitely, yeah. Alright, well that was the cat deck. I'm not going to play another one with that deck right now in this video. But yeah, if you like the style, if you like watching Magic Gathering Arena, if you want to discuss philosophy or psychology, I'm always up for stuff. Just let me know. But yeah, I check out some of my Heroes of Storm videos if you play Heroes of Storm, because I've got a lot of them, and people seem to like some of them. Otherwise, everyone have a great night. Or morning, or day, or lunch. I don't know. Whatever.